Hi, I'm Sarah Miller. I've been in this job about 18 months. I'm a project manager, which I always thought would be a really great job because you don't actually have to manage anyone, right? But it's proving a bit tricky. The project I'm really excited about, and I assumed that everyone else would be as excited as me about it, but there's some people that just seem to want to make things difficult for me all the time. You know the type, right? There's this contractor, for a start. He's friends with the boss, so that makes things a little bit tricky, and he is so haphazard about getting his timesheets in that I find it really difficult to keep track of his costs. I think he thinks he can do what he likes. I've tried to emphasise to him how important it is to get the timesheets into me, but I just don't think he gets it. I mean, I assume he wants to be paid on time, right? I tried to pull together a weekly project report for the boss, and trying to get that information collated is a nightmare. There's a finance guy. He's all right, nice enough, a bit quiet. He's supposed to get figures to me every Thursday, and every week he's late, which means that I end up having to work late on a Friday or come in deathly early on a Monday to get the figures into the report and out by the Monday. I mean, I've tried to tell him how important these figures are, but, every week I send him an email to remind him about it. And, I don't really think I should have to do that, but if it's going to make my job easier, then that's fine, I'll do it. But he still sends it in late. He says his boss gets annoyed with him if he's not doing, his own job on time, which I can understand. But if he turned up for the team meetings more often, then maybe he'd understand how important these figures were. I mean, it's not as if we meet that often. I'm supposed to be getting an assistant, and I've chased HR about it, but I never seem to get a reply. I filled in the authority to recruit, or whatever it's called here, and God, that's a form, isn't it? I had to get 4 signatures for that. 2 of the signatories I didn't even know who they were, so I had to find out who they were, where they were, then go and find them and introduce myself and explain why I needed their signatures. Anyway, they should have advertised the job by now at least, but I've been checking the internet and I can't see anything. I sent them an email asking, no reply. So I went down to the offices, and someone was really helpful, but she couldn't give me the answers that I wanted, or she couldn't tell me anything. Well, not anything that I needed to know, like when I was actually going to get this person. There's no one else I can ask. I mean, I've asked the PA before, but she's always too busy apparently. Seems like everyone else's work is much more important than anything I need doing. And that goes for everyone else, it seems. I mean, I tell them what I need, and I expect them to, just do it. For example, I asked the facilities manager if he could look into some kitchen equipment for me, because we need some new things. He took ages to come back to me. I mean, it should be quite simple, right? It took ages to come back to me, and when he did, he gave me one single quote from one company. No lead times, no information about guarantees, and just the one company. I mean, I would have thought that it was obvious that you would go to a couple of companies maybe and get some information that you could compare. But no. People are just generally slow at getting back to me with things that I've asked them to do. I have to chase them several times, repeat myself several times, and they never seem to understand what I want. I asked the IT manager to do a report for me because I was meeting with another project team member and I needed this information, and it wasn't something that I could do myself. He eventually gets back to me just before the meeting, and the information is only half there. So I have to go to this meeting with half the information that I need for it, and it was really embarrassing, to be honest. My boss tells me I need to be firmer with the people that are working on this project, but how can I be when they don't report to me?